Good morning, Unity of Tampa. I got to step over to the microphone. It was a long trip over. How's everyone this morning? Good.
Well, good morning. Oh, goodness. Duncan, I forgot to do a mic check. Could you turn me down? Thank you. Well, I am standing in this morning for Dwight. He is not feeling well. We had him on the wrong day last week, so we then scheduled him for this week. He's not feeling well, so if you could all put out Dwight, and I'm happy to step in and open up our service this morning. We have lots of new faces here today, so if you get a chance, maybe meet with people you don't know. And it's nice that you're all feeling safe enough to still come. I encourage you to stay masked if you will. So one of the things we like to start with is getting updated, how you get updated. If you're not receiving our newsletter, can you send us or give us your email address? See one of us, our board members are wearing badges today, so see one of the board members, give somebody your email address, and or go online and sign up. But we like to send you our weekly updates so that you know what's going on, okay? Second thing I just want to mention is in your Sunday bulletin are all the information that we like to share with you. Take those with you, and then you can also find additional information. If you're watching on Facebook, we welcome you as well. And our YouTube audience who watches, we're very grateful for all of our support. And if you're here and you want to check in, that would be great. Check in on Facebook and let people know you're here. And then also, those of you I mentioned last week, you can follow me on Instagram, and during the week we share different information about what our Sunday services were. So you can definitely keep up with what we're doing in multiple ways. Unity World Day of Prayer is September 8th and 9th. And what you can do if you want to watch the activities is sign up online, register online through Unity Worldwide Ministries. It's free. Both days are free. But if you don't register, you won't have the link with all the activities. So make sure you register. Not up there yet, so just keep that slide up if you would for a minute, Duncan. I just want to mention next week we're going to be sharing with you a new project that Jeffrey Beach is managing for us. It's a community project called Make a Difference for the veterans in our community. And in September, we will be collecting gift cards, Walmart and Target. If you are interested in helping, we are collecting gift cards that will be going to the veterans as part of our support for the Make a Difference project. These are veterans who are at home and are they're homebound and they need care, correct? I think I can take this off now. My microphone is choking my mouth. Here, Mel, will you get that? Thank you. Thank you. Hold on one sec. Okay, that's much better. Thank you. I think I was about to swallow it. It was making me uncomfortable. I was like, oh my gosh, that's not comfortable. So, Jeffrey, we're going to collect for a month, right? Okay, and then once we collect, the boxes in the back, he did a really nice job of decorating it. It's white with flags all over it, and it's right next to the donation box. But the gift cards, they said, are easier for them if you would bring those. All right, Course in Miracles. And yes, okay. Gilda, thank you for continuing Course in Miracles on Thursday. I understand it's quite popular. And the same is true for our Wednesday night gatherings with Dr. Dave. I know that there are many of you who count on your Wednesday break. So Dave, thank you very much. We appreciate you. And also, I wanted to mention, usually we gather in Fellowship Hall. Usually we gather in Fellowship Hall, but we are not doing that right now because of uh, COVID, obviously, and the Delta variant. So if you could, you're welcome to, gather and talk outside. You don't have to, or you can go inside and visit Mass, but we're just not serving food, okay? And let's see, I have a couple of other really exciting things. First of all, thanks as always to our garden angels. We have so many awesome things. The place looks great. Vivian, everybody is doing a great job. Thank you for that. And it looks awesome. And we started our Reiki healings this morning. So Bronwyn, there you are. So Bronwyn is starting at 10:30 on Sundays. She's offering it for free from 10:30 to 10:50 right up here in the sanctuary. And you don't have to make an appointment, just show up. And she is offering Reiki healings during that time. So if you're interested, feel free. Peter Cater concert. All right, tickets are on sale. So I suggest if you're interested that you get one because this is being highly publicized and we only have so many seats. Peter Cater is a 2-time Grammy-winning pianist and composer. He is going to hold a concert here on Sunday, October 3rd at 7 p.m. He is going to play our beautiful piano. And if you haven't heard him, I highly recommend you go online and listen to him. He is an amazing and his music will definitely delight us. Tickets are $25 in advance. You go to brightstarevents.com to purchase your tickets, and they're $30 at the door, $25 in advance, $30 at the door. And that is the ticket prices are set by the publicist and us, and we tried to make it fair. I think they might have wanted it a bit higher, but we thought this was more affordable. Pardon? New People t-shirts. Had nothing to do with the concert, right? Okay. Just kidding. Did we have a slide for that? Oh, that's because I didn't start on the first page. So, we offer t-shirts, free t-shirts to new people here. So if you're new and you're willing to fill out a little form in the back, go see David, and he will gladly give you a t-shirt. I want to call out a few birthdays. It's very important to me. If we know your birthday, we're going to mention your birthday. So Ava just turned 13, and you often see Ava with Aiden here. Yesterday was her birthday, her birthday party, but she just turned 13. Mary Westland turned, I'm not going to tell her age. Mary Westland had a birthday on 8/23, and Mario's birthday was yesterday, and Mario was our board member and moved to Kansas. So, and Martha Hayes, her birthday is on the 7th. Yes, September 7th. So happy birthday to her in advance. And we look forward to celebrating anyone. So if we don't know your birthday, you might want to let us know because Linda does a great job of getting cards out to everybody and wishing you a happy birthday from Unity. So is there anybody who has a birthday today or this week that we don't know about? We have a pin for you. We're not going to call you up and sing. Nobody? Okay. Well, we did pretty good then, I'd say, covering birthdays. All right, so now I have really good news. So last week, we got the $3,580 on our $5,000 match. Yes, thank you. Thank you to all our very generous donors, but there's more. So this week, someone who follows us on YouTube that was part of Together in Peace and would come when she visited in the U.S., would come to our Together in Peace services, paid the difference to get us to 5,000. We now have 10. So we want to thank Herta in Germany who is Cindy's friend, and Cindy introduced us to her years ago, and she follows us on YouTube because she doesn't have Facebook, and she paid that $1,400. So God bless everyone who contributed. Now, for those of you who are here for the first time, I just want to tell you what we were doing. This was someone gave us $5,000 and asked us to raise to match. And this is for our new outdoor gathering place. So when we remodel Fellowship Hall this year, we have a separate pool of money for our outdoor space. So it's very awesome, right? And one more announcement, and then we'll get to our affirmation and daily word. I wanted to tell you, if you are a member or if you are someone whose email we have, you are going to start receiving an email from us that asks you to sign up for our new application. Is it going to come from Breeze? It's called Breeze, and it will be our new mobile app for you to keep up with everything Unity. So, but we need you to sign up. So Jeffrey's going to start issuing emails. If you get one, just so you know, that's what it's about. All right, if you'd like to be part of our mobile app, which will be much more efficient for us.
If they want to receive text, they have to add their cell phone number to the profile.
Okay, I don't know if everybody heard you, but if you want to receive text, you will need to add your mobile phone number to the profile, okay? All right, take a deep breath. Lots of announcements today, and I'm happy to share nothing but good news today. So we joined together in saying our unity affirmation. There is only one power and one presence in the universe and in my life, God, the good, omnipotent. And today's daily word is about awareness. It says, the world feels new as I grow in awareness. Spending time in mindful contemplation increases my awareness of surroundings. As I concentrate and focus my attention, I shut out distractions and settle my unquiet mind. My world begins to feel brighter, vibrant, and more alive as I notice the soft sounds and minute textures and colors that I have overlooked before. Spending time in prayer increases my awareness of God's goodness, which I share with others when I am patient, kind, generous, and forgiving. This goodness returns to me as kindness and gentleness in the people I meet, and ease and grace in all the places I go. The world has not changed, but I have. My awareness of God in and as my life has opened my eyes and ears, my mind and my heart. And from Psalm 119, open my eyes so that I may behold wondrous things out of your law. And I especially want to mention that I'm grateful to announce that Chris is now part of our official music staff. So the music you heard. And while he cannot be here every week because of his job, he is going to do his best to bring his talents to us. And with that said, I'm going to hand it over to Elliot.
Thanks, Nancy. Hey guys, we got this one more Sunday. We're going to stand and sing. Thank you for this day. Here we go. Thank you, day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you. There you go. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. sounded so good. It sounded so good singing along with that. Thank you. That's exactly right.
Good morning.
Stay on your toes.
All right, so today we are going to be also talking about living a meaningful life over in the youth ed. We are going to be talking about service, leadership, and random acts of kindness to help us live that meaningful life. And I found a fun excuse to talk about God, about helping others. One of the best things about love is giving it away. Families can bring extra joy by giving love away to people in need. I still remember going with my mom and grandma to visit lonely people in a nursing home. What does your family do to help others? List all of the ways that you help people who need a hand. What memories do you have about sharing God's love and blessings? Or maybe you have stories about others reaching out to you and helping in times of need. Talk about that. So we're going to work on making lists of ways that we can help others today, and then they will hopefully come home and share them with you. And my mom wanted me to tell all of you that 10 years ago, or 11 years ago today, I started YOU at Unity of Tampa, which makes me feel old. Sorry.
Thanks, Emma. And thank you, Wendy, for that fun fact. We appreciate that.
Thank Facebook memories.
I am walking in the light, in the light, in the light. I am walking in the light of God. In the light, 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 in the light of God.
All right, thanks to Emma and I think Allison today. So thank you for all of your help with all of our awesome kids. I'm glad that we can still support them. It's difficult to keep them safe. They're one of the reasons that we're not serving food in Fellowship Hall, because we have many kids who cannot get vaccinated, and we're trying to keep them safe. Okay? All right, we have two stories today. The first one is from Bobby, and this is the Palm Harbor Church. And this is a church called Live Oaks Bible Church. And it says that they use farm animals to teach children purpose, kindness, and joy. It says that they have a purpose behind their animal program called the ARC. Stands for Animals Reaching Kids, and that's what they do. The farm features horses, donkeys, sheep, goats, chickens, tortoises, and turtles. And all of the animals play a role in the program. The leader's name, the director's name is Susan Cox, and she said, we teach kids how to teach, and when you train animals and you teach people, you learn. The responsibility of caring for another living thing is a big part of the process, and getting children to recognize that it all starts simple, naturally progresses with life on a farm. She said, and then there's purpose. When you have a purpose for what you're doing, it changes everything. You could give us a child from anywhere in the world, whether they speak English or not, whether it's special needs or not, whatever, and we can put them with our animals and have a breakthrough somehow. Isn't that awesome? It awakens all kinds of different brain functions to get us to remember things, being kind and being joyful. Words really can't express what we do here, but it's amazing. And our second really awesome story is from Jeffrey Beach. And rather than try to recap this, because the video is so awesome, we're going to share the whole story with you.
For Corey Borner, this day was a step into his future. The Texas graduate paralyzed from the waist down, receiving his diploma on his own 2 feet.
You did it.
As a high school football player, Corey severely injured his spinal cord during practice.
I was telling the coach, one more play. And as soon as that one play occurred, I had my head down just a little too low, and I couldn't move nothing from to my feet.
For the last few months, Corey worked with his doctors to walk with a robotic exoskeleton suit. In June, he took his first steps since the injury. And now, after 3 years at the University of North Texas at Dallas, Corey surprising his friends and family in his cap, gown, and the same robotic suit, walking on stage.
I always dreamed of this moment to be able to walk across and surprise people. It was just so amazing.
A dream come true for Corey, but also for his mother, Charlotte.
I love you.
He can do anything that he want to do, that he can do, he's going to try and do.
Corey is eager to push forward one step at a time.
That's one thing about life. It's gonna be hard. It's how you get through life. That smile and that positive attitude will lead you the right way.
Isn't that awesome? My favorite part about that story was that he surprised everybody. That's the best part. Can you imagine seeing him get up when you weren't expecting? That's pretty awesome. And you're pretty awesome too. Let's get ready for meditation.
I am at peace, I am at peace, I am one with the Spirit. I am still, I am doing God's will. I am at peace, I am at peace, I am one with the Spirit, and I dwell in the presence of the Lord. I am loved, I am loved, I am one with the Spirit. I am calm, I am still, I am doing God's will. I am loved, I am loved, I am one with the Spirit, and I dwell in the presence of the Lord. I am home, I am home, I am one with the Spirit. I am calm, I am still, I am doing God's will. I am home, I am home, I am one with the Spirit, and I dwell in the presence of the Lord. And I dwell in the presence of the Lord.
Just keep those words fresh in your thoughts for this moment. Calm, still, doing God's will. And as you continue, take some deep breaths and relax your mind and your body, feeling that sense of calm. Just take in the words that I'm going to share as they seem appropriate for you. As I begin my day, I use the creative power of my thoughts and words, along with prayer, to bring meaning to my life. When I approach my day by thinking about ways I can bring my divine best to the world, I am serving in a capacity for the good of all, not just for myself. It is easy to think only about what is best for me today and what I need. But there is more important work that I must do as a spiritual being on this earth. When I help create a world that supports all people, I experience my highest good, and in turn bring out the highest good in others. Self-fulfilling experiences may be personally satisfying, but often they do little to help the world. There is a real existence beyond me experiencing life. I am here to make a difference, which I can reveal through soul searching, looking within, not outside of myself. That is when and how I connect with the divine knowledge available to me at all times. It is from this God source that I instantly and continuously can draw forth the wisdom to guide my life with greater meaning. If I am unclear about my intentions or purpose, I simply remember that I am a co-creator with Spirit as I respond and interact with life, and all guidance will be revealed. There are those today in need of prayer. People in the path of a storm that has been predicted to be challenging. I can find ways to pray for all of those people and hold that community in New Orleans in my prayers and in my thoughts. And that in itself adds meaning to my life by knowing how I can serve others. If I'm unclear about intentions or purpose, I simply remember who I am. I rest now in the silence, knowing that I will be divinely guided to share my gift with the world. Communing with God should become natural to all of us, not just something we do at the beginning or end of a day, but through our thoughts that we hold all day long. My life is most meaningful when I remember who I am at a divine level. The light of God shines brightly on my life, and with my mind and heart centered in peace, I gently bring myself back to this place and time, that I will be led to what is mine to learn today. Last week, our focus was on living in the present moment. And when we live in the present moment and not in the past and in the future, we know we're bringing our best self to every day. But we can also experience a more meaningful life when we live in the present. And finding more meaning in our life requires first that we have the ability to commune with God, that we understand how important it is that it become a natural part of our everyday existence, not something we just do because we're in need. Finding meaning requires us adopting spiritual laws and values, developing personal statements and goals for ourselves, so we know what the foundation of our life is. What are we basing our life on? I was telling Patrick before the service that we were talking about this, and we were talking about how he feels purpose here and value when he comes. And I said that we all do, because we get to find a way to serve and to support each other. And if we don't have a base, what are we going to do? We're going to just flounder. Every day will be based on something different. We also, to bring meaning to our life, have to find ways to bring out our divine best every single day. And our commitment to bring out our best is necessary, because this is a world we share with others. And none of us can exist in this world alone. The Dalai Lama said it best when he said, because we all share this small planet Earth, we must learn to live in harmony and peace with each other and with nature. And this is not a dream, it is a necessity, he said. We are dependent on each other in so many ways that we can no longer continue to live in isolated communities and ignore what is happening outside those communities. We need to help each other when we have difficulties and share the good fortune that we enjoy. He said, I speak to you as just another human being, as a simple monk. And if you find what I say useful, then I hope you will put it to practice. If we heed the Dalai Lama's advice, we would be able to find and evolve in our best self, because we would find ways to bring meaning to our life just by coexisting. That in itself would become part of our life, and it would be natural. But we need spiritual foundation. So why not start with unity principles? They're pretty simple. The first is God is good. It's not hard to remember, right? God is good. One power, one presence. But the second is the difficult one for most people, which is that people are inherently good, because they were created in God's image. And unfortunately, we often just choose who is good. Oh no, they're not good. Oh no, not that one. But this one, yes. Because whatever they're doing aligns with what we like. But all people are good. And it's a great principle to adopt. And then the third one, which confuses people often, is that our thoughts create our experiences. Now, this is where metaphysical malpractice comes in. Because we try to tell people that the accident that happened is a result of them, or that some tragedy that occurred in their life is a result of them. And that's not the case. The goal of thoughts create our experiences to understand that the activity of our thinking could manifest, which means if you're thinking trash about people, you're probably getting trash back. If you think the world's out to get you, the world's probably getting you pretty well. If you're never going to find a job, you're probably never going to find a job. It's all about understanding our thoughts can actually manifest. The fourth one is prayer, what we often talk about, that communal piece. And last is action, that we have to remember it isn't enough to just think stuff. You have to act on it. It isn't enough to have divine thinking. It's about divine doing and whether or not you can actually deliver divine thinking. But the question for us is, how do we live our spiritual truth in a way that brings meaning to our life? Now, we might want to create a personal mission statement, but we all know a personal mission statement only lasts as long until your personal mission has been challenged. So we need something far more. That's why we need principles and spiritual thinking. But the most important thing we have to do to have a meaningful life is manage our perceptions of the world. Emily Cady is the one who brought this up first, way back when. And I love how she said it. She said, each of us looking at the same world sees according to the size of the aperture through which we are looking and limits the world to just our own circumcised view. It's a really important message. So if we want to have a more meaningful life, we're going to have to open our thinking and open how willing we are to see the world through a different perspective. And it all begins with what we believe, what we're open to seeing beyond our comfort zone. And none of us are very comfortable being uncomfortable. A few weeks ago, one of the executives I coach in my corporate job, somebody I actually really deeply respect, who I feel teaches me something every time we meet. And given he runs North and South America for his company, he has a lot of responsibilities, but he's such an insightful man. And oftentimes during our meetings, some little nugget comes up. And he shared a story with me about a man named Kent Keith, who back in the 60s was working and saw the need to help them because they were getting discouraged in life with the world not changing. Now, he only gave me a nugget. I had to go research the pieces. But I was fascinated by the story about this man. The 60s, as we heard on the video last week, was a time of turmoil. Martin Luther King Jr. was shot. Bobby Kennedy was shot. The Vietnam War was escalating. The Cuban Missile Crisis occurred. Lots was going on. And we forget that when we're in a pandemic, because we think, oh my gosh, this is the worst thing. But there were always things going on, as we heard that man say last week. But he saw that his students couldn't find a way out of their thoughts. So he wanted to teach them how to drive change and how to bring meaning to their life. And one of the things he told them was, if there is meaning to your life, you don't need glory. If you have meaning in your life, you don't need glory. So he writes a 65-page booklet for them on how to bring about change. And the booklet was focused on what he called the paradoxical commandments, and each of which begins with a statement of adversity and moves into a positive commandment. I want to share them with you today. The first one says, people are illogical, unreasonable, and self-centered. Love them anyway. If you do good, people will accuse you of selfish, ulterior motives. Do good anyway. If you are successful, you will win false friends and true enemies. Succeed anyway. The good you do today will be forgotten tomorrow. Do good anyway. And frankness make you vulnerable. Be honest and frank anyway. The biggest men and women with the biggest ideas can be shot down by the smallest men and women with the smallest minds. Think big anyway. People favor underdogs, but follow only top dogs. Fight for a few underdogs anyway. What you spend years building may be destroyed overnight. Build anyway. People really need help, but may attack you if you do help them. Help people anyway. And give the world the best you have, and you'll get kicked in the teeth. Give the world the best you have anyway. Now, you can imagine a group of students getting this, right? They loved the negative. They were all excited that he talked real to them. But I love that he was able to find ways to bring this out in a different way for them. And then he created what he called a meaning maximizer. And for today, I just want to share two, but I just want to show it to you. So the meaning maximizer, what he did is say, make a list that said values over cynicism, love over infatuation, community over individualism, and so on. But there are two I want to bring up today. And the first is community versus individuality. He explains that we value individualism in the United States, and we all benefit when individuals stand up and show us a better way. Strong people are successful people, and maybe how they succeeded in overcoming obstacles in their career paths. But he said, ultimately, nobody has ever succeeded in this lifetime alone. Nobody. Jesus certainly understood this and exemplified it. He built community thinking wherever he went. And he never talked about himself except to say, I am, and so are you. I am created in that image of God. Living a meaningful life requires us to fully understand that we are dependent upon one another. To grow and deliver food, to make our clothes, to build our homes, to manufacture our cars, to educate us, to provide internet service, to entertain us and heal us when we're sick. And belonging to a community creates inclusion. And one of the things it also does is make sure everyone gets a chance to succeed because others are watching out for them. Isn't that what we do here? Watch out for each other? Isn't that one of the reasons we all bond together? Is because we know someone's got our back here. At the end of that particular chapter on individuality and community versus individuality, Dr. Keith said it's more meaningful to be part of a community than to be individualistic and lonely. And the second one that I just wanted to raise today is service versus power. Because we see that here. All the people in service here, all the time. There are so many ways that we can all serve the world, beginning with family, community, organizations, finding ways to help other people who need shelter and food. There are people in need every day. We could all get on a bus and go to New Orleans this afternoon and still not be able to do enough. But the point is, it all begins with us. We're the ones who decide what we're going to believe. We're the ones who decide what value to bring. It's up to us to say and do the things that will bring us to being fully engaged in life. We're the ones who set our intentions. We're the ones who decide what we're going to experience. But we need to recognize that how we live our life, the words we speak, and the actions we take will make a difference as to whether our life has meaning or not. If we're living a meaningful life at the expense of other people, it is not a meaningful life. Now, I want to go back to Dr. Keith and share the rest of this story. So as I mentioned, it was the 60s. He was trying to redirect the students, and he wrote that booklet 30 years ago. 30 years later, he's in a Rotary Club meeting, and the gentleman gets up to read a poem. He said, "I'd like to begin our meeting today by reading a message from Mother Teresa. As you know, she passed away a few weeks ago. At the time, it was only a few weeks ago." So the man goes on to start reading what he calls one of her poems, and Dr. Keith is listening, and 8 of his 10 paradoxical commandments are being read in front of him 30 years later. So he walks up to the man after and he said, "Where did you get that?" And he said, "Isn't it beautiful?" And the man says to him, "Isn't it beautiful?" He said, "I wrote it." The guy's like, so the guy looks at him, of course, and is like, "How dare you take Mother Teresa's words and claim to have written them?" So he keeps pursuing it, and he said, "No, really, I need to know where you got it from." And the man said, "Oh, it came in some book." So Dr. Keith goes to the bookstore, and he goes through every single Mother Teresa book until he finds it. And lo and behold, there it is, a picture on her wall in Calcutta in the orphanage with his paradoxical commandments. And by the way, it didn't have her name. Unbeknownst to him, the booklet had made its way to her, and she had been using it as her teachings. Now, why am I telling you that? Because his commitment to bring meaning to those students at the time did not have a future purpose. He was doing what he believed was the right thing at the time. And 30 years later, 25,000 copies later, it made it to someone as important as Mother Teresa, who embraced it. Our commitment to bring out our divine best and bring meaning to us, our lives, has to be based on us doing what's right for others. And then it will all come together for us. Let's take a look at our ways for today. Number 1, create your own mission statement and develop personal meaning for your life. Number 2, define success through values. Identify the values that represent you. Number 3, become part of a community. Focus less on your individuality. Number 4, find ways to be of service to others and stop expecting the world to serve you. Our affirmation for today is, I am living a meaningful life. Let's say that together. I am living a meaningful life. And our quote today is really special, and we don't even know who wrote it. A meaningful life is not being rich, being popular, being highly educated, or being perfect. It's about being real, being humble, being able to share ourselves and touch the lives of others. Let's take that in. So we pause for a moment to give thanks for all the ways that we will be guided to live a meaningful life. We recognize our need for others in this lifetime and the importance of not just living our life with ourselves on our mind. as we continue to serve others, we affirm that the meaning in our life will constantly grow. And we give thanks for bringing our divine best to every day. Amen. We have lots of people on our prayer list right now, and we are praying for many people. We ask if you have prayer needs, please complete a prayer card or go online and share your prayer with us. And now I'd like to turn it over to Elliot, Alvon, Michael, and I also would like to thank Duncan, David, and Michael Williams for their service as well today. We appreciate all of you.
I got to acknowledge Jeffrey as well, because he sent me the song that we're about to do a few weeks back. And yeah, always love a good recommendation. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Feels like I'm surfing on a sound wave, zooming through the universe. Feels like I'm bouncing off of light waves. I bounce so hard sometimes it hurts, but every time I think I'm stuck, the sun moves along and my shadow gets up. If you're lost, relax, be where your feet are. Every time I try to follow someone's way, my 1 years old is not the same. But then I do that thing I do that's just for me, and it may not happening, 'cause again and again and every time I think I'm stuck, the sun moves along and my shadow gets up. If you're lost, relax, be where your feet are. Outer space is where I'm spacing out, still looking up when I'm feeling down. I try to walk the talk I talk, but the tale is taller. When I look up, it's still so easy to feel small. But I know if you're lost, just relax, be where your feet are. If you're lost, you can relax, be where your feet are. Ooh, yeah. If you're lost, just relax, be where your feet are. Yeah, yeah. If you ever get lost, just relax, be where your feet are. Right here. Thanks.
Why Jeffrey shared that song with you. So that's our family motto. It always has been. Yes, and when our parents were really ill and my dad was dying, that was our motto in the hospital every day. Keep your head where your feet are. And so when we found it, we were like, oh my gosh, our family has a song. thank you for doing that song today. That brought me a lot of joy. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
So I just want to say before we say our prosperity prayer, I hope you're picking up those prosperity cards we have in the narthex and learning this and saying it at home. This will bring lots of prosperity to your life. And I just want to thank everyone, our online distant audience, our generous donor who put up that 5K to begin with to challenge us, and the opportunity to realize how if we continue to think prosperity, how much good we will continue to do for our community. It isn't just about Unity of Tampa. It's about what this community can do for more communities. And Norma just is a perfect example of what she was able to do with our generosity, with all the students we helped with backpacks and food and all the things we provided over the summer in Hillsborough County. But it's people like her who find these places where we can give. So thank you for being so generous. And let's join together in saying our prosperity prayer. I have faith in God as my instant, constant, abundant supply and supplier. I have faith in God to open ways when to the human sense there is no way. I have faith in God to guide me in all my ways, and my health, happiness, and prosperity assured. Thank you, God, for your abundant good now flowing forth to meet my every need. Amen to that. All right, I'm going to turn it back to Elliot.
And while we're joining together to say that affirmation, we're going to just join together. I really liked the takeaway about community versus individualism, so I wanted to send you guys off with this little song. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in love. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in love. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in love. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in love. Love, 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 joined together in love. Love, 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 joined together in love. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in peace. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in peace. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in peace. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in peace. And sing peace, 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 joined together in peace. Peace, 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 you join together in peace. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in joy. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in joy. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in joy. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in joy. Sing joy, 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 joined together in joy. Joy, 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 joined together in joy. We're going to sing in love one more time. You guys may pick it up by now. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in love. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in love. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in love. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in love. And sing love, 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 joined together in love. Love, 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 joined together in love. Joined together in love. Joined together in love. Thank you. I want to give Michael Hilson a special thanks for being with us this morning, despite the fact that he did have some surgery this last week, but he came to church anyway and been playing music with us anyway. So, I think it's now time for us to, let's stand and sing the peace song, guys. Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be with God as creator. Family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment with peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me.
And now let's join together in the prayer of protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is great. Amen. God bless you all. Have a great week.